Yo! Hey! What's up, guys? Hey! This is Henshin Hangout. We're missing Justin. There's like a gap right here. There's a gap. Where's Justin? Justin cannot make it today, but
had car trouble.
Going back OG Henshin Hangout with me and Johnny.
Booyakasha.
Henshin Hangout. Hey, you guys. Thank you for showing up on your Saturday, you guys. I'm going to start to always say this. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us.
And we appreciate that.
Who says it? I think it's Jay. Is it Jay-Z?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but you keep it to the part, it's like, you can be anywhere else, but you're here with us.
Yes.
And then the last part is, and we appreciate that.
Okay. All right.
Hove! Oh, no, so maybe you're not Hove. Maybe we do our own hit, shit, hang out. Hit, shit, hang out. So, what's up, Jezzer?
How's your weekend going, man?
Terrible, Jezzer. It's going terrible. It is not a good time.
Why?
So here's the thing. So people have been watching for a while. They may have noticed that I've kind of like become sort of a shoe collector, a shoe connoisseur, if you will, a sneakerhead. And so
You're
recently,
a sneakerhead? I had no idea.
Oh, Jezzer, I invited you plenty of times. And so this weekend, a certain pair of shoes dropped that combined both my interests. Both my loves came together.
Anime and
sneakers.
shoes?
And anime, sneakers and nerd stuff, and oh my gosh, they dropped a Dragon Ball Z Adidas collection with a Goku shoe that was blue and orange with the little tatters on there. We're looking like he'd been in a fight and everything like that.
Okay.
And on the side was a magical Nimbus cloud.
Nice.
Jezzer, I almost had my own Nimbus.
What?
I almost had my own Nimbus.
So how does it work?
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm just he'll need this in a moment.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry,
cool.
You ready?
Thank you, Dan.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
So how does it work? Do you have to go on the website and then you actually have to go to the store?
Oh my God, Jezzer.
What?
Okay, so here's the thing. So first off, first off, the website, you go there, and you go into the waiting room, and so they choose randomly. So I
it's
woke
like
up,
Comic-Con tickets.
Exactly. So I woke up at literally at 6:30 a.m. I was there. I was right in the waiting room, right at 7 when it opened, and I was just there. Boom, waiting. Boom, waiting. Boom, waiting.
Okay.
Boom. Sold out.
Oh.
And so I'm like, you know what? I lost my chance or everything like that. But
hey guys, just making sure, did you pour any yet?
Yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him.
Cheers you, because you're about to go insane.
Yeah, here you go.
Just one moment. Yeah. There you go.
That's good right there.
Boom. Yeah. Cheers. Go ahead.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right. Here it comes, guys.
So then what happened?
So today, me and Daniel, we go shoe shopping.
Okay.
We're out shoe shopping. You may have seen my Instagram where I walk around and everything like that. And we go by this certain shoe shop named Bait. So Bait, it's always been cool.
I was wearing a Laker hat from Bait.
Exactly, yeah, because Bait always they embrace nerd culture, they embrace shoe culture, hip hop, all these things kind of mix together there. So we go by the shoe shop, and I kid you not,
what?
Jezzer, walls and walls and walls of Goku shoes and Frieza shoes everywhere. I'm like, oh, I can buy my shoes.
Okay.
And then I go in there, and they've got like Dragon Ball Z on the walls. They've got special things like that. And I'm like, can I buy one? And they're like, no. I'm like,
for decoration or something?
Why? They're like, oh no, this is only promotional. And I was like, wait, what? It was like, yeah, this is just promotion. We did a special event. What do you mean you did a special event? I called you for 2 days and none of you picked up. I kept trying to ask if you're doing a special event. And they were like, oh yeah, it was first come, first serve. We even sold the shoes a day early. Are you getting a restock? No, definitely not doing a restock.
Damn.
So what about all these shoes on the wall? Where are these going to go? I'll probably just send them back to Adidas.
No, for real?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Send them back to Adidas. Yeah. I'll buy it right here. You can make money. You can make money right here.
Exactly. I will take the shoe that I can touch right now and give you money for it right now. Nah, we're good. We're going to send them back to Adidas.
But that sucks. That sucks that they sold out. But you know a place that doesn't sell out? Our shirts over on that TeePublic store. Those exclusive shirts that you saw at Power Morphicon. Is that a point? That's a point. We need a point.
I'm in so much pain.
Oh boy, that was why that was bad. Okay. Well, it's because they make it. Do a shot. Oh man, that's 2 shots on me. But we need to have like one of those buzzers. I saw that you guys went to. Wild 'N Out without me, and they have that little buzzer thing where they do a little diss and they have a buzzer thing. We should do that. But yes, check out our TeePublic store because we have the exclusive Power Morphicon shirts. All 5 designs are on there. Do you like those designs?
Yes, Jezzer. I love those designs. The designs are
he's
amazing.
He's still mourning. He's still mourning his Goku.
I'm in pain, Jezzer.
He's still mourning his
pain.
He's still mourning his Goku
I am hurting
shoes.
right now.
But yes, you guys could get the Justice League shirt, the Fast and Furious shirt. All those shirts are on TeePublic right now. The link is in the description, so check them out because they're always all your sizes. I know at Power More Con we didn't have all the sizes, but they have all the sizes. You can put them on tank tops. I don't know if you can put them on shoes, tank tops, laptop cases, all the designs we have on that store, you could put on pretty much everything. What?
Can you put them on shoes?
No, you can't put them on shoes. I mean, you could probably get like a print out, and then we could tape it to your shoe. It's fine. He's still on.
But
moving.
You know what though?
What?
You know what though?
What?
There was a bright moment though.
What?
Because I went home, and I got to watch my favorite show. I got to watch Kamen Rider Zio. Yeah.
See, you were in a bad mood.
Yeah.
Time out. You were in a bad mood earlier. Now I'm kind of in a bad mood.
What do you mean?
I don't like the show. I don't like the show. I know a lot of you. Well, because this is my second Kamen Rider show, and I guess I don't know if Kamen Rider Build kind of like ruined it for me, but this show is garbage. It's not good. It's definitely not good. They emphasize on like time travel. They emphasized on like the things that they're gonna be doing, but they haven't. It's already the 4th and 5th episode. It's not good. 4. I know it's not good.
Episode 4. We literally sat through like 28 episodes of Lupin before Lupin got good.
And I'm actually liking it.
Yeah, now,
I'm liking it.
now, but it's
now.
It's literally episode 4, and they're like, it's time travel. Like,
Okay.
you know, time travel takes a while. You're a Back to the Future
What?
fan.
No. What constitutes time travel though? Like a year? That's technically time travel.
2 years this episode, and
2
don't forget, in
years.
the first episode, we went back a million years.
A million? Is it a million years? Really? Is it a million?
We did.
Years?
We went back and saw a T-Rex. That was like
Is
a
that a
million
million
years.
years? A T-Rex with what was it? An elephant voice?
What?
Come on.
Oh my god!
They couldn't find it. They couldn't find a
my
T-Rex
gosh.
sound. They couldn't have like a voice actor make a T-Rex sound. They had an elephant. It was. It's an elephant. We know from Jurassic, or what we think it sounds like from Jurassic World. We know that it doesn't sound like an elephant. It doesn't sound like Dumbo. That T-Rex sounds like Dumbo. Why
Did it
does
sound like Dumbo?
It was an elephant.
Did it sound like Dumbo?
Go watch that first episode. It was an elephant.
I don't remember saying it could fly.
Huh?
I don't remember saying it could fly.
But it was an
I don't
elephant.
remember a little mouse riding on his head.
But it was an
I
elephant.
didn't look like a T-Rex. Sound like a T-Rex.
So
it is a
tell
T-Rex.
Tell me what you liked about this episode of Kamen Rider Zio then.
Okay, so like one again, I'm loving the Time Jackers. The Time Jackers are like really interesting.
Oh yeah,
to me.
okay, I'll give you that. They're the saving grace of the show.
Yep.
Because they are interesting. I want to see more of their backstory, but the main characters suck.
And then I love that episode. I love the whole thing with the dad about the kid's heart and everything like that.
Okay.
I like that whole storyline where it's like, here's the thing, you do this for us, you can save your kid, and that gives some motivation right there.
All right.
And then we saw that Kamen Rider from the video game, Kamen Rider, what's his name?
Ex-Aid?
Ex-Aid. When Ex-Aid was like, well, you know what? I want to go ahead and I want to help this kid. This kid needs his dad around, so that's the reason why I'm trying to save this guy. Okay. Because the only way this kid's going to be able to fight this and live through it is, again, if his dad is here. And then there's this whole scene right here with his dad, and the dad's like, I have to try to do anything I can to save my son.
Okay.
It's like, that's great motivation.
I'll give the show this. The another riders, they look cool. I like the designs of the another riders because it's kind of like last week was Bill. This one is Ex-Aid, where they make them look like really cool monsters. This one looks like a predator, and I like that. I'll give you that. So
yep. And then
the theme now is I like the villains.
Okay, so that's totally fine. That's totally fine. The villains are dope. The problems that the characters being put in is dope. The way they're explaining it is making sense. Everything like that. I also like the way the whole plot of the episode where he's like trying to convince his Kamen Rider partner. It's like, here's the thing. He's like, I trust you. I like the way that he's like, I trust you to stop me if things get bad. And if you see me turning, I trust you guys to do the right thing. Which kind of shows like character growth. He's like respecting the situation right here.
Character growth from a crappy character though?
He's starting off Jezzer. Jezzer. Here's the we got.
Oh, super chat. It's from Toku. He says the Time Jacker machine was an old rider vehicle.
Oh, reduce, reuse, recycle.
Well,
nice.
I mean that's fine. I mean, Lupat's doing that with all the collection pieces.
Exactly, and especially in a series where we're going back in time, meeting past riders, everything like that. It makes sense. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Good luck, Toku Kid. Thanks for letting us know.
Okay, what else? What else did you like?
Okay, see here. So I like that. I liked.
So you like the dynamic between the two.
Exactly. I also like the way he transformed inside the time machine this time.
Okay.
And we saw that it got to the armor once everything.
But those robots look like crap. They look like. Do you remember like the NFL robot transformer thing? Mm-hmm. Like that's Is that still a thing?
Yeah, sometimes some Sundays.
Yeah, but that's what it looked like. The movements look like that.
You know what though?
What?
I like it more than a Michael Bay transformer.
Really? Really?
I can tell what this is. I can tell the difference between them. I know that's the good bot, that's the bad bot.
You can tell by just changing.
I'm just like,
you can tell by just changing the faceplate on the head.
Exactly. The color scheme. That looks cokey. Like you can tell they're different robots.
You can't tell that Bumblebee is Bumblebee from the color scheme.
You know what? I would if he had a voice.
Okay.
I would if he had a voice.
Oh, he had a voice a few times. Dude, these guys don't have voices.
But you know what? Because you know what? They're pretty much Gundams. They're mini Gundams. And again, the cool thing about it is that when he transformed inside, it transformed the armor on the outside, so he got like a power boost. Okay. That was pretty cool. Now I will agree with you. It's a television show, so the CGI is not the best. But I give them credit though. Like when this did come on, I was like, okay, this does look cheesy. But when they go inside the cockpits, it looks cool. Kind of reminds me of Pacific Rim a little bit. And honestly, if they just had a better budget for the CGI, it would be better. But I do agree with you. CGI is not as great, but I love what they're trying to do with it because it brings something different to the table. Another thing I liked about this episode, his Kamen Rider partner actually uses his motorcycle as a weapon.
Well, I mean, we'll see how long they use the motorcycle.
This is true, and here's
we started off build with motorcycles, and then they just disappeared.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Oh, super chat. Toku says, "Why does the Time Jacker need a time machine?"
You know what, Toku? I think that's a good point, but I think the reason why a time jacker needs a time machine is exactly what we see it here for, to attack.
Yeah,
to
fight.
It's pretty much a weapon in a way.
Yeah, to fight.
Like he can travel the time of their own free will and whatnot, and they have all these powers and abilities. But it looks like this is again like a big scale weapon to combat other people like Kamen Riders and stuff like that.
There's one thing I do like about this episode is
what's up, Kevin? You made it just in time.
There's one thing I do like about this episode is the motivation of the another build and why he was choosing the people he was choosing is because he was looking for potential donors for his son.
Exactly.
That's interesting, but I mean, a lot of people say that they don't like Ex-Aid, and I don't know if the fact that they were going back to Ex-Aid made it a little like I don't like the theme. I don't like the costumes of the Ex-Aid like that. They look like those old. I don't remember back in Japan when I lived in Japan. They had like these toys where it's like these. You put a marble in their chest. Nagami, what was that? You put a marble in the chest and they shoot the marble out.
Oh, it's a Tony Stark.
No, it was in the stomach, in the abdomen area.
It's a Guyver.
It's a Guyver? All right. But yeah, I don't like the design of these. It's like it's like if you look at all the Kamen Rider like designs, this looks so far from it.
No, I agree. Maybe not a Guyver, but no, I agree with you. Like it does look random. But the thing about it is that when I was looking at this, like I kind of didn't hate it because it's weird.
What's
like
up, Ryan?
When we watched Lupin versus Patranger. I'm always critical of that one because of the potential they have to be like a more serious storyline here. Because again, you look at the costumes, especially of the LupinRangers, it's like, oh, this could be a serious, nice storyline to play with. But with that one, I've come to accept it as a comedy show pretty much.
Okay.
So with this one,
I mean that's what I've accepted.
Exactly.
Once I accepted that tone, then I enjoyed it a little bit more. So what is the tone?
So Brian, but that's the cool thing with Ex-Aid. So I agree. So with Ex-Aid, it's done from the get go. The moment you see the costumes, like, okay, we in this for jokes. All right, I got you. This is what we do about this season.
And then the video game aspect.
Exactly. Yeah. And this again is bringing like kids in there, everything like that. And it's fun and it's silly. And I'm kind of bored because again, if you look like his partner writer right there,
but how about
the perfect cuts and everything, I'm like, yeah.
That's for Ex-Aid, but how about for Zio?
For Zio?
Yeah. So, what's the tone that they want us to accept? Or why do we even have to accept it? Like if they could just pitch us a show and we enjoy it, why can't that be a thing? Why do we have to like conform to a tone?
What do you mean by conform to a tone?
Like you started liking Lupin more once you accepted that it was just strictly a comedy show. This what's the tone that I have to accept for me to enjoy the show as much as you do? Obviously, there is a split. Definitely, there's me and Justin. I mean, Justin's a little neutral towards maybe liking the show because he has the history of Kamen Rider on his side. But me, I totally don't like the show. I don't enjoy the show. It's a task. It's like watching it. Like I fall asleep.
Let me ask you this.
What?
Okay, so good question. Like, what do you have to kind of love to enjoy the show? Did you enjoy watching the Adventures of Goku?
The Adventures of Goku?
So you didn't like Goku?
It's
totally fine. It's a pace of honesty.
I was more of a Vegeta guy.
So that might explain why you might be having a difficult time with the show. Because think about it. If you compare our main characters to like Goku, they're both kind of idiots. They both just want to be the best. What they want to be. Goku wants to be the best fighter. He wants to be king. Goku literally literally allowed Vegeta like to kill a bunch of people. Well, no, sorry, we'll reverse that. But remember, Goku fought Vegeta and it would release Majin Buu just because he knew he wanted to fight him and everything like that, and so he allowed something bad to happen. And so the thing about this, though, again, with our King character, he is literally going down this path that could lead to the future being destroyed because he believes in his mission to be king. They're very similar characters. Again, so we have that Goku, you have that Naruto, you have that Luffy type character. That's the type of character he is. So if you don't,
like
if you don't enjoy that character, that's
what
going to hurt it.
If that's what they're trying to pitch with their main character, I think they might need to go to the extreme with him and make it super obvious that that's what they're going for.
I think that's. Yeah, I think they are, because here's the thing, as a fan of anime, and I was talking about this with Daniel Nagami, our awesome show producer, he was again saying the same thing as well. So the thing about this though is that, like, because he's a fan of anime too, we're like, oh yeah, there's all these tropes that we see picking up. Now here's the thing though, you do like Vegeta, we're going to get that Vegeta though, because here's the thing, his rival, like his partner Rider and everything like that, wants to kill him, and once we get his backstory, I think we're going to get that darker character, because again, that's what he's going to be coming for.
No, but now, especially now when he had mentioned that, oh, if I do turn bad, then you can kill me. I feel like that edge that second Rider had is gone now. So
here's the thing. I do agree with you though, but again, let's go back to Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
You might remember there was a time where Vegeta was like, "Shut up, Kakarot," whatever Kakarot. Then he started having kids and all this stuff. But there was a time period where
he was still the same though.
Exactly. Remember that point where he put the M on his forehead and everything like that? He became Majin Vegeta, and he kind of went back to the darkness and everything like that. So you will see this. Because don't forget though, Jezzer, we still don't know his backstory. Because remember we were talking about last week how he uses the ghost powers. He uses the
we got a little bit like that. He had lost all his friends in the war.
Exactly.
And, like, all to Oma.
But I kind of get the feeling that we're going to get a flashback scene that gets how he got his powers, why he has those two particular powers. So I feel like we're going to get more backstory with him, which is going to help like darken his character a little bit.
But I don't believe that I don't think that they're evenly matched to the point where if he does lean more towards the Oma persona, I don't think the second Rider could like keep up with him or battle him. I feel like he's not as strong as this kid is, even though he is a goofball. I feel like this guy's just gonna grow to be like overpower the second Rider. He can't even compete with him.
I'm with you. I understand, and that's a valid concern. But don't forget though, because we're coming from the same place, and if Justin was here right now.
He's not dead. He's not dead. Why are you pointing to the sky? He's not dead. He's not dead. He's alive. He's fine. Everything is fine.
I was pointing up north because he lives in Northern California.
Okay.
All right.
That's actually, he's more south. He's more south.
But no, so the reason why I was saying that, though, is because, so remember as we were watching the Build series, and remember how we saw Banjo's character grow. So Banjo's character stepped each touch. Build, every time Build got a power-up, Banjo will get a power up, but sometimes Banjo will jump ahead. They always kind of like neck and neck.
Okay.
So I think we will see that the other Rider, we will see him get his power ups and everything like that. So he keeps up with.
The one thing that I'm seeing from the show is it's not only the main character, but the second Rider gets a lot of like nods from the previous Kamen Riders, especially last episode. It was the other second Rider from Ex-Aid that is like, oh, we have a connection. There's always that thing, especially with Banjo with 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
So I think that we're not just gonna get a story about Zio, but we're also gonna get one for Gaze.
I agree with you. And the cool thing, I agree with you. And the cool thing about it is, I agree, because the cool thing about it is every time they meet Zio, they respect that hero aspect of him, which our main Kamen Rider always is. He's the hero. Like again, if we look at Build and we look at Zio and everything like that, they're the guys who's like, I do this because I believe in the future. I believe I want to be a hero. And the whole thing about Zio is he wants to be a king to help people. And thus far, he's doing it. He helped this kid. He got the plan in his head, like, okay, I'm going to go back in time. I'm going to tell Ex-Aid about this. Ex-Aid's going to perform the surgery on the kid and save his life. And then we go back to the future, to the present, the kid is saved.
Yeah. Those little time travel things that they add, I do like that, where they do actually make change in the past that affects in the future. What do you think about the whole? Because last season we had the bottle gimmick. How do you like the watch gimmick?
The watch is dope.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing though. So the bottles are really cool, locking them up and everything. But I like the watches because they have the faces on there. And
I like the
that.
tower.
The tower's dope.
Yes.
The tower's dope.
Yeah.
Like again, like as I'm looking at them, I was like, I just want to buy that because the cool thing about the bottles are like we got a couple cool bottles from a couple cool people, like shout out to Toku and a couple of their fans, and you shake them up and they're really cool. But it's
I did get a few bottles. Where's my bottle?
You have them. I gave them to you.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
No, you're thinking about the crystals. I tried to give you a crystal, but you said hold on to it.
Oh, okay.
It's literally sitting in my car right now. All right. But so with the tower, the cool thing about that is that you can like display the tower. So like legit, we should go ahead and get the tower and sit here on the table. And
but I don't like the show.
But you like the tower though.
I like the tower, but I don't like just because I like the merchandise doesn't mean I like the show.
We can get a Build one. We can get a Banjo one. Magma Dragon. We get a Grease one. Knight Rider.
I do like the watch. I do like the watch gimmick. I think it's cool. But I mean, last season I liked the bottles.
The bottles. No, I do like, and that's the cool thing about like is again, if Justin was here, he would explain to us like how every season they kind of switch up the gimmick a little bit. And I love the watches too because it makes sense because it's time travel. Now I will say the one thing I don't like about the show, it is getting confusing about how like the time loop is working. How he gets the item, then he uses the item, he goes back in time, defeats the monster, but then he gives the item back to him, but he also maintains the item at the same time. So the time mechanics of the show are a little bit loopy.
They don't have the whole time travel thing locked down. They don't have the theme, and then that's why we have those 0.5 episodes where they explain it a little bit more, but I mean, it's still a little confusing.
Yeah, I want to look forward to as we go deeper into this though, because the cool thing about it is that they seem to be going like somewhat in order. I think, and I wish you guys let us know in the chat because obviously they're going to the next Kamen Rider. I think it feels like they're skipping one or two to go to the next one because it's not going in like order anymore.
Yeah.
So
I think that just comes down to like getting the original actors back.
Exactly. Yeah. And not only that though, but it is interesting. He's going like one rider at a time, further going back in time. So it's been interesting. We get to like maybe that 12th rider or that 13th rider.
I kind of want them to go. I kind of want them to go further back. Maybe meet an older rider and like let's see who's in what's going on in the chat. People are saying that they really like the watch aspect. Toku likes the watches. He bought the drive and the build watches. I do like the build. I do like the drive suit, the one that Gaze wore, where it had like the big old wheels and everything. I thought that was cool.
Matthew Thompson says Justin was bitten by the dog that put Daniel in the hospital when he was running.
No, that wasn't Daniel. That was JD. That got bit by the. Oh, you got bit. Oh yeah, he did get bit by a dog. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it because this is the 4th episode. I'll give it a few more episodes before I like place like that hammer of judgment. Oh, if it's a crappy show or not. But I mean, maybe you can convince me. But I mean, there are some cool aspects about the show. If you guys go on THS hashtaggers and tell me or tell us what's your favorite part of Kamen Rider Zeo and what other series would you compare it to? Yeah. Maybe if you guys could. Compare it to another show, maybe I'll go and watch that, and maybe it'll help me like it a little bit more. But as of right now, what's this? As of right now, no.
The interesting thing about this is
why is Gaze Misty though? Okay, all right.
This is true.
This is very true.
It's true, and he wants to be the very best. He wants to be king.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And then we have our Team Rocket.
The one character that I want to see more of is Waz, because he just pops in, and then just leaves.
But I like Waz though, because like when he took that Eldest episode, he's sitting there, he's like, "You are meant to be king." He's like smiles and stuff. You can just tell like Waz is crazy. Waz got some screws loose. Waz is ready to mess everybody up.
I feel like Waz isn't necessarily on that side. I feel like he's just a drifter. He's not.
I agree. I think Waz is more out for himself and whatnot.
He's definitely gonna get a suit. He's gonna get a suit.
That's what I was about to ask you next. So here's the thing, though.
Oh, there's the divide right there.
So we need to do it. So here's the thing, though. Who's our third Kamen Rider? Now, we don't usually get our third Kamen Rider until about episode, 18 or anything like that. Okay. But based upon the cast that we have right now...
It's Waz.
You think it's going to be Waz?
I think it's going to be Waz. You want it to be who? Oh, maybe. That'd be cool. Yeah. I think it's going to be Waz. But one they keep mentioning that the old man. They keep mentioning the old man's coming. I think once they bring... older or bring in Oma, then maybe it'll get interesting for me because he's going to be confronting his future self.
That would be badass. That would be cool. We're going to maybe see an older actor and everything like that too. Yeah. But Daniel, can you remember that graphic though? I think I gave my prediction real quick. Okay. For my prediction about who might become a next writer. Okay, so here's who I want to become a writer. Okay. I want to be Hora or Tsukuyomi.
Okay, yeah.
Because here's the thing, Justin's told us before that we've had female writers. I want to see a female writer. So I would love to see that in the show. So I'm hoping. But legitimately, dude, if Will becomes a writer, he's going to be it's going to be just so murderous. Yeah. That's the only way I can describe it. It's like literally their bodies are going to be hitting the floor. He's going to
be smiling the whole time. Because he's creepy.
He is. He's got that Cassidy effect, kind of like Carnage from Spider-Man. He's got that whole vibe to him type deal and everything like that.
What do you call it? I think it'd be interesting if they get out of the present and go to the future for a few episodes. I want to see the tyranny of Oma and what he's actually doing and all that. I think that's what would make it interesting.
Did you just call somebody Hora?
That's her name. That's her name, Hora or Aura. Aura in Spanish is hour. I think that's what they're going for.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Look at Jezzer with the Spanish knowledge right here. Look at him.
We live in Southern California. Gotta know a little bit. Donde el baño? That's all I needed to learn when I lived in Spain. But yeah, if they go to the future and we see kind of like the after effects of him becoming, or maybe get to the point where he actually does turn. Because I know, like, oh, you don't want to spoil it, but I mean, it's time travel, so there's different timelines. You can get to that. We can show that point where he actually turns, where he gets his like Anakin to the dark side moment. But that doesn't necessarily have to happen.
And the other thing about too is that again, it may not be him. It could be somebody else who becomes him. Who just keeps the name, so maybe he gets his power stolen from him, and so there's a lot of possibilities. Crap, I'm just saying in the chat, female writers don't have a good fate.
But I mean, Crap Stomp. I mean, you can change that. You don't have to follow the same formula as the previous writer shows.
Exactly, and only that though. But I mean, we could be getting like a Dark Rider show too. Because here's the thing: last season we kind of got lucky. People died, but people pretty much all got resurrected as well. So it might be time for us to lose a writer. Do you feel like that
was a cop out though?
Nah, because again, the thing about this is like for Bill, no, because it was slow. Dude, it's like my favorite show. Like I love Bill so much. The way the story was told, the mysteries of it, the way they gave answers to the mysteries. It's kind of like how I feel Lost would have been had it actually had a real plan, and if Lost had actually given answers, and if Lost had all these fake mysteries. So this is how I kind of feel it should have happened with Lost, because Lost is kind of like Gotham in that regard. But that's just me though.
So I mean, be honest. Or is this show like on par with Build?
It's too young. It's too young to say. It's too early. It's too early. Again, we're only episode 4.
Okay, then basing it out, I've the first few episodes of Build and the first few episodes of Zeo. Are they on par with each other?
See, again, I'm a little bit biased. Because here's the thing, we're going to pull back the curtain a little bit. So when I came into my very, very first Henshin Hangout, Build was about 16 episodes in. And that's when I was coming on with you, and JD came on and told me, he was like, all right, you have to watch all these episodes. I literally watched all of Build in one night.
Oh, okay, so you can't really pinpoint.
So for me, everything kind of flowed together. But the good thing about that was, like literally every episode, I was like, ooh, I like this. I wonder why they did this. Ooh, I like this. I wonder why they're doing this. Ooh, I like this. I like this. I like all this show's dope.
The cool guy says that Gaim is a better writer show, in his opinion.
Really?
Well, maybe I'll check that out. But like I said,
but you know what though, Justin, that's his favorite show too. Cool guy. It's Gaim said before. Justin said before, Gaim is one of his favorites, right?
It was the other one. What was the other one? I can't remember. He keeps saying it.
But he said Gaim before. I think he said something good.
But yeah, if you guys have any other Kamen Rider recommendations, put it in THS hashtaggers. If you guys aren't part of that group, why not? Because I mean, there's a bunch of fun things you guys can do on there. You guys can get in little debates on who your favorite Kamen Rider show is. So
exactly. And the cool thing about the THS hashtagger shows, like we always say, you keep the conversation going after a dance. So we have a week before we get a chance to talk to you again. So if you get the chance, go ahead and leave some conversations there.
And
we
always tag us in it.
Exactly.
We're all in there.
We love to come in and talking about stuff and keep the conversation going.
Forze is the one that.
Forze. Good luck, Forze. Good luck, everybody. Thank you.
The one. See, everybody knows.
Exactly.
Watch Forze. I'm gonna watch Forze.
Let's give it our ratings. Because it's already starting the chat. So how many watches out of 5?
Out of 5?
Yep.
This episode, I'll give it a 3.
3 watches out of 5?
Yeah, 3 watches. It's wearing me down, but it still needs to get better.
I was giving it 3.5.
3.5? Okay.
Yeah, because it was a good episode. It was strong. To get a 4, you have to do some pretty amazing stuff. But again, I see what they're building up here, and I feel like we're gonna get some amazing stuff soon. I love the comedy as well, like when he took on the Ex-Aid stuff, and he got the catchphrase and some of the different things they're wrong. So I'm looking forward to what
I want them to embrace the time travel thing. Like, I want them to embrace it. Like, go to, like, specific like, times.
Time periods and everything like that.
It doesn't even have to be Japan history, but in history, and then have fun with it.
I agree with you. I hope, I think they'll get there eventually. Yeah. I have more faith in the show than I do in, like, other ones, because I remember, what was Power Rangers? Which one was it?
Time Force?
Not Power Rangers Time Force. It was the Power Rangers... the one where they had like the metallic and everything. Overdrive. And I remember Overdrive was supposed to be this one where they travel the world and all these things and whatnot, and they totally never did that. So I have more faith in this show than I do in Power Rangers Overdrive.
Oh yeah, there's no faith in Power Rangers Overdrive. But let's go to the chat and see what they said. Cramp Stomp says 3.5 out of 5. Derek Hervey, welcome back, Derek. 4 out of 5. Kevin Duan says 2.9 out of 5. Duan. Toku says 1 out of 5. Anthony Davis, 2 eyebrows, says 3.5, and Kamen Rider says 4 out of 5.
Nice. So it's generally a well-received episode. Yeah, we're all within a point. Nobody really hates, except for Toku. My gosh, Toku, what is wrong? Why are you hating this show so much?
I almost gave it a 1.5. It's really dry, man. I can't. It's getting once the show, because I fell asleep twice watching it. And it was the middle of the day.
Wait, you also, here's the thing, to give you some context, he also told me this story. That was the day he went to work at like 4 a.m.
No, I didn't watch it when I went to work.
That was the day you watched it?
No. I watched it the day before. Did
you? Because I remember I saw you told me you watched it, and I was like, did you
wake
up at 4 a.m.
We'll
today?
Go back, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No.
All right, so moving on. Patranger versus LupinRanger.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode. I liked that they had they went to turn into little kids, and they had little callbacks for Pata Pink, where she's a sucker for cute things.
She is. She's
a sucker for cute things. And then the actors, the kid actors that they chose, were great.
actually really good.
They were great.
I give them credit. They were actually really good.
I liked how not Kiichiro, but Kairi, he like took advantage of her obsession with like cute things.
Exactly.
Like, you look like my mom, and I like how they did that little heart thing in front of him. I thought that was great.
Can we do origami?
Yeah.
What do you want to make? A bee or a tank? I want to make a bear. Oh! Yeah. And he was like, I went too far.
He's a little evil mastermind. He's like Dennis the Menace.
He is. But I love that kid. That kid's a good actor. Yeah. All the kids are good actors.
All the kids are great.
I like the storyline. It was like fun because here's the thing. You know me is that again like. I like something to move the plot forward, but I like this episode because it did kind of like, it was fun to see and everything, but it did move the plot forward too, because one of my favorite things was like Noelle. When Noelle was like, oh, I'll take this, put in evidence. And they're like, nah, son.
You're just going to give it back to them.
Exactly.
They already know, so they know where his allegiance lies.
Exactly. And then I love Patranger Red, who's like, don't worry, you're coming with me. We're going to go invest in this so I can keep an eye on you.
Yeah. I thought, right there. I thought the storyline was great. The Gangler was cool. I liked when they were babysitting them, and they had them all in the spot. And the LupinRangers, they had a plan. Like they had a decent plan. So Kairi he took advantage of the Pink Rangers weaknesses.
Yeah.
And then they played hide and seek. Oh, so the reason that they got the changer is kind of Patranger Green's fault, because he wasn't paying attention. You can never turn your back on kids.
Oh yeah.
Never turn your back on kids.
If you guys ever watch Jezzer's Instagram feed, there's this like little kid there. I think he's his son. I'm still trying to figure it out. But he's there all the time, and Jezzer's like always watch him as he pulls pranks and runs around the office.
I taught him how to pull pranks. But that was the reason that they got the gun. Imagine if this wasn't the loop. Oh, Anthony Davis with 2 eyebrows says Kid Toma was Tok 4 in Tokuger.
Oh, for real?
Wait, what?
Kid Toma, so the tall one, the Kid Toma, Toma's the tall one, was Tok 4 from Tokuger.
So there's a kid in that season? In the train season?
From Tokuger.
You guys elaborate on that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But imagine if it wasn't the LupinRangers that got turned into kids. Imagine if it was real kids and they got a hold of that gun to start shooting it. That could have been bad. That could have been bad.
Let me ask you this though. Here's the only thing. So I was down for this episode. Again, I enjoyed it, everything like that. And I'm going to get to the real reason why I enjoyed it, how it moved the plot forward for me. There was one little plot hole or one little thing that kind of mixed things up for me. So the LupinRangers get turned into kids, right?
Yep.
And they're like, oh no, we should go get on different clothes. Our clothes are too big. And I was like, I guess that makes sense.
No, that is.
Well, I was like, okay, I guess that makes sense. But the better plan would have been, why didn't you change? Why didn't you morph? Because there's the thing, we've seen kids who've gotten morphs before who change. There's a classic one from Power Rangers Turbo, Justin, and don't forget, and there's that
Kiba Ranger from Die Ranger.
Exactly. So again, why didn't they just morph? So that was the one plot hole I've seen, because we've seen kids are able to morph, their bodies grow and everything like that. That was the one thing I saw.
I thought it was convenient that they found the exact sizes that they need and the exact colors that they need. Yeah. I did like this Mary Poppins thing.
That was
funny.
That was fun.
It's like, oh, we already know your powers. No, you didn't. You got turned into kids.
Yeah. You knew some of my powers, not all my powers.
It would have been cool seeing like one of the Patrangers get turned into a kid. That would have been cool.
Hey, in the chat they're saying, Leo's saying this was a Tokuger tribute episode, low key.
Okay.
No, that's true. A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
And I gotta admit, like Tokuger at first, I didn't like it because of the whole train concept. And I was like,
train,
it was a little bit goofy. But in a little bit, it grew on me because of the heart of the show, because it had a strong heart.
Yeah. One cool callback to the previous episode that we had was when Noelle and Kiichiro were talking, where he said, "Hey, during a fight, you're talking about like." Getting back the people that we lost. I thought that was. I mean, they didn't really expand too much on it, but I thought that doing a little callback to the previous episode and not making the episode just a single episode was cool.
I agree, and that's the reason why I love this episode. That was mentioned how I moved the plot for it. It was that exact scene. Because the cool thing about it is that we can all tell there's been a change in dynamics here. Patranger Red, remember, he let him win, and Noel knows this, and so the whole thing about it is that when he like brings him along, he doesn't question it. He just follows along. We're gonna go do this. In addition to that, though, he's our questions like, so what's the whole deal here? It's like, so what happens when we collect the collection pieces? And first Noel's like, I don't know. He's like, so you're still keeping secrets from me? He's like, no, honestly, I don't know. We need to collect these pieces, but I'm not sure what happens when we put them all together.
Yeah.
But
and he's telling him the truth.
Exactly.
He really doesn't know. So I thought it was interesting that they put. I think they're gonna keep putting these two together because they're gonna have it where Kiichiro is gonna try to break Noel down, try to figure out what his main motivation is for this whole thing. I think another fun thing that happened is Hightower, Hilltop.
Hilltop, yeah.
Hilltop. He was going to a meeting and he was speaking English.
Yeah, I heard him was like, I'm going to a Japanese meeting. I need to get sweets and everything like that. Yeah,
he was speaking English. So I was like, when does he decide he's speaking English and not? And so I thought the whole like where they're running from Pot Green, and then he just straight up kicked him in the balls. I thought that was funny.
Oh, when he needed him, like, that was fun. That was fun.
And another fun part in the episode where I don't know when they contacted
the butler.
Yeah, the butler, but he came in. I knew exactly who it was because he was. You'll notice his motions are a little weird when he's like I don't necessarily know how to do this. Thank you. Let me take this gun. But it's perfect timing. And then when he dressed up like Pink, and he's like, "Oh, you do look like my mom."
Our mom, yeah. He said,
they're
kids are all just like,
they're just like, "Oh." I thought that was funny.
That's funny.
But
and I love how they always stood in a row from shortest to tallest.
Yeah.
It was adorable, and they made the episode like more fun.
Did you think that this is how they're gonna go? I mean, obviously Toma is older, but I didn't know because she's the youngest, right?
That's the thing. I'm not sure now.
Yeah,
maybe not. But also, girls usually grow taller than boys at some stage of life too, though. So
and like how they changed their changed their names, but it's very close.
I don't think there's any. Look, the adults got all of it.
Oh
yeah. So but like I said, thing to it. But again, all in all, like I like this episode a lot. It was fun. It moved the plot forward, and again, like everything's going well. My only critique.
I'm putting it second with that scavenger hunt one.
Really?
Yeah,
the last one was the second. Yeah, okay, nice. So everything's starting to build up for you.
Yeah.
I will say the only thing that's kind of disappointing me is the villains of this season. Nothing is happening with the villains here. They're just gone.
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
when's the last time we seen the head Gangler? When's the last time we saw the guy who's like parked grenades and everything
We always see that Gangler.
The female girl who makes them big.
Yeah.
When her song comes in, it's like time for you to grow. But yeah, that's the thing. Like the weakest part of the season is like the villains because there's no real storyline for them. There's nothing like really happening in the background.
Okay.
So that's what's kind of hurting the show.
And the Zord fights are kind of boring. I'm not really. It's just kind of repetitive. But I mean, another fun thing is we got to see when the butler changed when he was pulling off the mask, kind of like Mission Impossible. What the fuck? No, you don't even know where that thing's been. It was like Mission Impossible.
That was your one, by the way. You only get one. That was your one.
Oh yeah,
you
sorry.
wasted it now.
Where he just pulls the mask off.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny, and then he kept the hair because he misses his.
Exactly. And then he just started playing with it. Whatever. The buttons become more fun, but I still don't trust him.
I don't know. I
still don't trust
him.
He's up to something. He's
Butler,
up to something.
You can have some fun moments, but I still don't trust you. You are a shady. I was gonna say, mother forker.
You got your one.
I got my one already. But yeah, what was another highlight from this episode that you enjoyed?
Jim's an asshole.
Jim. Oh yeah, definitely. Jim's an asshole. What was the whole thing? So,
well, Jim was like, he was like, I'm busy working. You be quiet. I'm gonna come back to this. It was like, Jim, like that's your boss.
You're
Jim don't give no cares.
You're a robot,
Jim does
man.
what he wants to do. Jim's a real life Darren Nagami. That's pretty much
That's true. Like, I'm doing this. Go away.
Exactly.
And then the whole thing towards the end where they're like, oh, what do we do? And Noel's like, oh, let's go to the restaurant because I feel like, oh, you guys did such a great job that you'll be treated. He was building this whole thing. Mm-hmm. Do you think that?
That didn't happen. I wanted them to go to the restaurant and then get there and they're like, "Huh, we're closed,"
yeah,
or something like that. I wanted something to happen like that. But I will say this though, a great thing because I was watching this in the comments and then where's it at? Layla just put it up there. Where is it?
Time
she
out.
said, "Where's
hold on.
Andy said this. Where is Amigo?"
Oh, Zamigo, they don't have time to pay the actor, I guess. Maybe.
Dude, it's like we're wasting so much. We're not moving. So here's the thing. Again, the series is getting better for me, but they've got to move these plotline threads along because this is episode 34. So we have pretty much we usually go to about 50. We're running out of time.
Yeah, we
like
are.
Like the end of this season is going to feel really rushed.
Hey, in the chat, Layla says, Jezzer is Moomin Rider. I am not Moomin Rider. I don't know where that came from, but everybody's jumping on it. I am not Moomin Rider. I'm not Moomin Rider. Huh? No, I'm not
Little
JD. Not little JD. But yeah, I mean, what would you give this episode?
So out of 7, I would give this episode 5. I liked it. It was fun. It was dope. We moved the plot forward a little bit. I have my critiques of like the overall thing, and my big thing is about we've seen Power Rangers morph before. So as kids and morph into like adult Rangers and everything like that.
Okay.
So there's like that little plot hole. But overall, I had a good time. So I give this 5 out of 7.
I'll give it a 5 too. 5 out of 7? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I'll give it a 6 out of 7. I thought you were doing 5 out of 5. I'll give it a 6 out of 7. I really enjoyed this episode. It's one of the like best ones from the series so far. I don't like the Zord fights. I don't like I don't like the Ganglers.
I gotta be honest though. The last time I liked the Zord fights, Gokaiger, because again it was like especially when Gokai Silver's like guys his Zord showed up and that's pretty much the Dino Zord and it was like paying homage to that. I was like, okay, I'm on board for this. But even with Q Ranger, I mean, it was cool with the orbs and everything like that, but it wasn't the greatest Zord fight. So
yeah, so
honestly,
you're saying Zord fights in general just...
Yeah, exactly. It's like Zord fights all kinds of stuff. And it was like, it's happening. But again, it usually takes something special to go up a notch.
I think it's the design of the Zord. I don't like how, like, when all of them are coming together, let's just keep piling on Zord. It looks tacky. It looks weird.
You might want to check the chat.
What?
So first of all, we got Black said, Cookie Face, don't play tricks. We got proof. We got you, sucker. And then Layla says, Toku exposed him last night. So something's going on last night. We got exposed. DDT Cosplay says, Jezzer is little JD. And now we got a hashtag going where Jezzer is Moomin Rider.
I am not
hashtag
Moomin Rider.
Jezzer is Moomin Rider.
We need to get like a... No, I'm not. I am not. I'm smiling, but I'm not. No, he's drinking. But what would you like to see from... What do you predict is going to happen with the series? Who is the big bad? What do you think the Butler's role is going to play into it? What happens with the collection piece? There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things. Well, here's the thing. I do think that at the end of the series, it may not be because of the collection pieces, but I think they will get their family members back.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. So that's one thing. Another thing.
Is there going to be a death?
Well, will there be a death? Probably not. Like Ranger shows usually, like there are deaths, but in this one season, the way the tone's going right now, I don't think so. It would seem like come out of left field. I think we're going to reveal from Noel because we still don't know Noel's goal. We don't know the Butler's goal.
But I mean,
so
we don't know what his goal is, but the fact that he is so passionate about like fulfilling everybody else's goal, that's a pretty noble thing.
Yeah. So, but see, that's the thing though. Like it is, but I still want to know his background, what his actual goal is, because maybe his goal is attached to Zamigo as well.
And have we ever seen Zamigo and Noel in the same shot? What if they're connected somehow?
We have to go back. I feel like we may have.
We may have.
But that's a good theory. That's a really good theory.
Like, what if they're brothers or something?
Or yeah, exactly. That could be interesting.
Like he's a corrupt Gangler. But
could we get a? No, it's too late. I
was
gonna say, could we get another Ranger? But probably not at this point.
We could. There are
18 episodes left. Yeah.
I mean, it's still what last season with Q Ranger. We got a new Ranger like every week. So.
Yeah, we made a bet for Kamen Rider for the Hot Wings.
Okay, let's do it.
We can make another bet. Let's
for a 8th Ranger?
Yeah, for an 8th Ranger. But let's wait till Justin gets back because we need to think about it. So we're going to make a bet, but we need to figure out what the stakes are because we just can't keep doing the Hot Wing Challenge. We need to take it up
I do like Hot Wings, though.
We know, but we got to mix it up. We got to keep it fresh.
Okay. So, any other predictions on what do you think is going to happen on the show?
Not so. Aside from those, again, I'm interested to see how this is all going to play out. But I do know these teams are going to start working together because they're getting closer and closer to it, and I hope it happens soon. What about you? Any major predictions?
Well, I have the connection between Zamigo and Noel,
which I do like. That's a good one, and I hope that comes to play.
I don't necessarily know if the Butler is full on evil, but he does have some. He has a dark history, and they need to expand on it. We need to expand on the binoculars too, and why they're so scared of it.
And we need to expand on the villains. Like the villains need to come into play.
I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen.
And then we still don't know what the General's up to because remember the General, the guy with the grenades, or whatever, he was operating doing his own thing in the background. We still don't know what he's up to. And the female Gangler who did the whole experimentation or whatever, we still don't know what her next experiment's going to be. So there's still a lot of answers for us to get.
So you think we're going to get another monster with like 6 different?
Probably. Yeah. Probably maybe even more. And the crazy thing about it is though, is that next week episode when we saw the preview for it. It still looks like another fun episode. It doesn't seem like anything too serious.
Oh, man. Oh yeah, well we get this new gun.
Oh, but see, honestly, I just think that's the battleizer.
Oh, you think so? You don't think it's a new Zord too?
No, maybe, probably, yeah. But I think that this is the episode we get when we get a new toy. When we get the Red Ranger gets that upgrade of that new battle suit.
It looks like they're doing some like tomb raiding stuff over there.
Low key
to get it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be another Red centric episode,
yeah.
Which we get a handful every season.
Of course, because it's the Red Ranger.
Where do you think? Like, at what point in time in Super Sentai did they decide red was going to be the color?
The first season?
The very first Super Sentai episode?
Like, low-key, I think that's the reason why I like Turtles so much. Because I think most of the time the red is always kind of like the go-to. Mm-hmm. But Power of Turtles is the only show I've ever seen where it's like, yeah, Blue's the leader. Red is still became the cool guy because Raphael's cool like that.
Technically, in the new series, Red is the leader.
Yeah, in the new series, but we don't like the new series that much.
No.
Even in VR Troopers, Red was the leader pretty much. And so
he wasn't necessarily. He was red and blue.
He was red and blue and gray, but you could tell. But again, he had that red personality.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you guys, if you guys have any theories on where the show is going to go, please put them in THS hashtags and tag us, and we'll be sure to comment on them and see if, towards the end of the season, if any of us were right. Let's go back to the chat.
There's so many comments.
Oh my gosh, go for it.
Let's see, 507.
Toku says #Jezzer's Moon Rider can't lie to us. First off, I'm gonna go there and see who started this rumor because I don't think it's real. I don't have time to be Moon Rider right now.
I like Anthony Davis comment. Do you guys think Corrugate and Hilltop are the same person? That would be a big plot twist. That would be.
Well, yeah, because he is a master of disguise, turtle. And
then Zamigo might be the final villain, like Bajra from Ghost Rider.
Okay.
And then Toku, I'm posting it now. I'll drink off. Oh, someone says a straight grain alcohol drink off.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be hard.
That'd be fun though.
What would be the drink? You guys get to choose.
We do like a shot every 10 minutes or every 5 minutes or something like that.
Oh my god, this is gonna go off the rails. It's gonna go crazy.
So
but yeah,
I gotta get Ubers home.
I know. No, that's not possible for me. It's gonna be expensive.
True. You have to sleep here in the comic book.
Yeah,
in Manhattan Beach, where you can come and purchase the finest comic books and toys all around. All right. Also, don't forget, we got Commissioner Hilltop as Patranger Black. That's a good theory, Kevin.
Why does it be? What else?
Check THS. Oh, so apparently they're posting in THS hashtaggers right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
wait, posting the proof or
the proof? Yeah, Layla just said Jezzer has been exposed.
Okay.
They're posting right now.
All right. But but post your theories too. I want to hear you guys' theories about the show, where it's gonna go. Not just for Lupat, but also for Kamen Rider Zeo. Well, actually, I don't really care about that.
And then Devin Diff says Lupin with the Paddle shows Lupin is the lead of the show, not Patranger Red, which is true. Which we kind of established early on when LupinRanger Red beat Patranger Red. Like usually you're supposed to keep it balanced, and maybe he should have won back later on. But yeah, they established from episode 10 or 11 that Lupin Red is the real lead of the show.
Yeah.
Which again kind of got me disappointed because why do we have two Reds then?
And then
even on Time Force, we had the two Red Rangers, but it was an ongoing struggle all the time.
Well, in Time Ranger, didn't the other one die? I felt like.
And the original one, he dies, and the American one.
There's two Red Rangers and Q Ranger.
No, and then and what you call it? And in the Japanese one, he dies, and the American one, they were going to kill him, but then they changed their mind or something like that.
Yeah. And then
Ninja Storm. See, in Ninja Storm, I don't count Ninja Storm because it was red and it was burgundy.
It's not burgundy. It was
red.
Crimson.
It was kind of burgundy. It was burgundy.
There's two red, so we'll always have two reds.
See, that's the thing, though. I don't. Which one?
Yeah.
I'm not a producer, though. I'm a talent.
But,
which one?
Yeah.
Samurai. The Samurai. Oh, Samurai. Yeah, Samurai had the guy, and then his sister came in.
Okay.
But then he took back the power, so that established him as the dominant one.
I don't know. It's just a trend with Super Sentai that red is the dominant color.
But usually, so the question was though, when we have two Red Rangers, are they supposed to be equal, or is this one always supposed to be like I'll be dominant? And in this situation, I think
it's always the first one we see.
Yeah, usually one is always dominant, but with this show right here, because we had the competing teams, I thought they would have tried to find a balance, but no.
Yeah, I think it's always the first one we see.
Talent.
Yeah. But
I think Pat 1 is leveling up. He beat the X.
Yeah, X is
good point. Good point. And that's part of the reason why I like it.
X is supposed to be OP.
Whoever said that, whatever person said that from where?
It was that the spirit of Justin? No, I think X, when they first started off, he was OP because he's technically two Rangers. So the fact that Potts Red beat him. It gives him a little upper hand.
It gives him a little bit of,
but
hopefully,
I think him not knowing the whole story holds him back a little bit.
Yeah, but I agree. But the thing about it is, though, the fact he's getting that LupinRanger getting that battleizer does establish.
Is LupinRanger getting that battleizer? Is he the only one getting the battleizer?
I hope not. I hope they both share it.
I think it'd be beneficial for Pat to get the Battleizer. Because they've already established that they're a joke on the show. Every time that they come on, they have that theme. The theme music plays where it's kind of a lighthearted, like, they're dumb type of thing. Especially, like, look how easily they got that changer back. You know? Too easy. It's too easy for them to get that changer back. So they really need to establish that this team is actually a force to be reckoned with, because right now they're just a joke.
Exactly.
They're just a joke.
And I'm hoping that as the show continues to wrap up the episode, they kind of balance that or rectify that and give a little more seriousness to it.
So do you think that Kiichiro is going to take a back seat once they join forces?
Nah, I think they'll find. Again, I think when they join forces, I think it'll be like co-led teams and everything like that. Kind of like we saw when they were on the Zord and they were both like saying the catchphrases and stuff like that. I think it'll still be co-led.
Yeah.
All right, but wrapping up.
Yeah, that was this week's episodes. Kamen Rider Zero still hasn't won me over. I still think that the show sucks. I'm going to say sucks because it does suck. I know that makes you mad. Probably as mad as not getting those shoes. But yeah, you got... But...
You know what? He is Moomin Rider. He asked me to keep it secret. But now put it out there. He is Moomin Rider, everybody. I am on team. Yeah, team hashtag Jezzer's Moomin Rider. Put it out there.
You guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending your Saturdays with us. Stick around because Joe has the spotlight with Joe has the spotlight with Maverick, so that's gonna be interesting. You excited about that? Are you gonna stick around for that episode?
I'm hungry.
Oh, well, he's not sticking around.
I've been
So
it'll be
on
No, I'm
soon
joking.
right
I'll hang
after.
around. I want to see it because it's dope. Because actually,
You get to
I'm
learn
not
about
only
her
shows in
Power Ranger
Maverick.
journey.
Exactly.
Did you know she auditioned for Beast
Yeah, I did.
Morphers?
Heard that story, so I want to hear it.
Yeah, you guys want to hear the Beast Morpher story? Stick around because that's going to be happening next. But thank you guys for watching, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe to keep up to date with everything trending
And geek pop culture.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.